There are days when we wake up and feel like strangers in our own lives. We go through the motions, eat, work, scroll, repeat. Yet deep inside, something feels off. A quiet emptiness, a lack of direction, a feeling of being lost. But this isn't new. You're not the first to feel this way. Over 2,000 years ago, Aristotle understood this exact human struggle. Unlike Socrates, who asked questions, and Plato, who sought ideal forms beyond this world, Aristotle turned his gaze to the real world, to nature, to people, to daily life. And through careful observation, he built one of the most enduring frameworks for understanding what it means to live well. If you feel lost, unanchored, or like you're drifting, Aristotle offers not just wisdom, but a practical way forward, a blueprint for becoming whole again. At the center of Aristotle's philosophy is a simple but powerful idea that everything has a purpose. A tree grows to bear fruit. A knife is meant to cut. And humans too, have a purpose, a function. He called it our telos, our ultimate end, the thing we are meant to become. So what is the purpose of human life? For Aristotle, it is not wealth, not fame, not even comfort. It is something deeper, something timeless. He called it Eudaimonia, often translated as happiness, but more accurately, human flourishing. Eudaimonia isn't a feeling. It's not about smiling or chasing pleasure. It's a state of being, of living in accordance with your highest nature, of realizing your potential as a rational, moral, and purposeful being. And this is where most people begin to feel lost, not because life is meaningless, but because they are not living in alignment with their true function. Aristotle observed that many people confuse means with ends. They chase money, but money is only a means. They seek approval, but approval is only a sign. They crave pleasure, but pleasure is fleeting. Real fulfillment, he argued, comes from living a life of virtue, from becoming excellent at being human. For Aristotle, a virtue is not just a moral trait, it's a cultivated excellence. Courage is a virtue, so is honesty, patience, generosity, and wisdom. Virtues are not gifts. They are habits, trained and refined through action. If you feel lost, Aristotle would gently suggest, it may be because you've been chasing shadows, not substance. Comfort, not character. Short-term gratification, not long-term growth. He'd invite you to return to the self, not in a selfish way, but in an honest way, to ask, am I developing virtues or escaping difficulty? Am I living reactively or intentionally? Do I know what kind of person I am becoming? And here lies another of Aristotle's key insights. We become what we repeatedly do. You don't become brave by waiting for fear to go away. You become brave by acting with courage again and again. You don't become wise by collecting quotes. You become wise by living thoughtfully over time. And you don't find meaning by chasing it. You build it brick by brick through daily choices. This gives us power and responsibility. According to Aristotle, we are not fixed, we are potential in motion. He saw every person as possessing seeds of greatness. But like seeds, they need cultivation. You cannot flourish without effort. You cannot grow without purpose. But here's the encouraging part. You don't have to be perfect. You only need to be on the path. Aristotle believed that the good life is not a destination. It is a direction. What matters is not where you are today, but whether you are moving toward your potential. And here too, he gives us a compass. The idea of the golden mean. For every virtue, there are two extremes, too little and too much. Courage lies between cowardice and recklessness. Generosity lies between stinginess and wastefulness. Honesty lies between secrecy and blunt cruelty. If you're feeling lost, it may be because you've veered too far into extremes, or you've forgotten the balance that virtue requires. Inner harmony is not found in excess, but in the mean, the balanced middle path. And while modern life pushes us toward extremes, overworking, overspending, overthinking, Aristotle reminds us that peace is found in moderation, in self-awareness, in discipline. in consciously shaping the kind of human you want to become. Aristotle also believed that friendship plays a vital role in human flourishing. But not just any friendship. He identified three kinds: friendships of utility, based on mutual benefit; friendships of pleasure, based on shared enjoyment; and the highest kind, friendships of virtue, based on mutual respect and growth. He argued that our deepest connections come from shared values, not shared interests. If you're feeling disconnected or isolated, perhaps it's time to reflect on the quality of your relationships, not just the quantity. In the end, Aristotle does not offer easy answers. He doesn't promise instant peace or 10 simple steps to happiness. What he offers is something deeper, a lifelong journey of becoming who you were meant to be. So if you feel lost, remember this: you are not broken. You are unfolding. You don't need to find your purpose. You need to live purposefully. You don't need to chase happiness. You need to practice virtue, and happiness will follow, because according to Aristotle, the highest human good is not pleasure, power, or even peace. It is the full realization of your unique potential. And the good news: you already have everything inside you to begin that journey. Start with honesty, add courage, practice discipline, and keep walking the path. You are not lost. You are just in between chapters. And your story, the story of becoming your best self, has only just begun.